Angry MGTOW here. And today we're discussing white men claiming to be sexual assault victims. What the hell is going on? Oh boy, this world. We get something new every day. We get something new every day. Every day, every day. Oh my gosh. You know, guys, I have to have fun doing this because I make so many of these fucking videos. Oh, my throat's sore. Alright. So we're going to be looking at a video called My Rape Story. And this video is by SupDaily06. This is a response to SupDaily06, white men claiming to be sexual assault victims. So he's going to be telling us about his rape story today. Let's go ahead and check the video out. Let's see what this bro has to say. Okay, bro. You know, we're here for you. We're totally here for you, bro. So tell us your story. You're a brave little soldier. Man, I'm a fucked up guy.
What's up, Daily Crew? So recently I've been preaching a lot to victims of sexual assault about speaking out about their experiences, to unburden themselves, as well as to make the perpetrators of these offenses possibly come to atone for what they've done. And I'm realizing that, you know, after saying all of that, that I am a hypocrite. Recently I was involved with a video of a friend of mine where he asked us to talk about what we thought consent was and maybe share a story. And I had no intention of making it personal, but when I started to talk about my own personal experience, I couldn't stop. After talking about it, I realized that there was a lot of feelings that I had just swept under the rug and tried to forget about, but we're still there. The truth of the story is, when I was in college, I was raped. Now I'm sure some...
Yeah, I just had to stop the video right there. When I was in college, I was raped. So you don't look like a very small guy. You don't look like a weak guy, and you were raped. Yeah, you. See, this is the thing I'm talking about, guys. Like, this is what feminism has done. Feminism has gotten to the point in society where you can have this guy saying that he was raped in college. But let's listen to the story.
Some of you are gonna scoff at that and ask how that's even possible for a man to get raped. And that's part of the reason why I never said anything about it. But now that I have a platform the way that I do, I feel like now is the time to talk about it. When I was in college, I was in a fraternity. And within the Greek system, we would throw barn parties. Now mind you, I went to Illinois State University, so I pretty much went to school in the middle of cornfields. And so finding a barn to party in was not really difficult. You know, you'd get dressed up in like stereotypical farmer wear, like overalls and flannel and stuff like that, and basically just go drink and party on hay bales in someone's barn. One of the sororities was throwing their barn party, so I got invited by a girl who I'd recently met, but she seemed nice enough, so I was like, sure, why not? Sounds like fun. When I got to college, I had very little experience with drinking. I didn't drink at all in high school, and on the ride out to the barn, I noticed that my date had all these little plastic baggies full of hard liquor. I thought it was pretty inventive, especially because, you know, I was only 18 at the
So, you know, this guy sounds just like the exact same girls. Like, oh my gosh. This is like frightening. Like, you can hear it. Like, this is the same shit that you hear from women. And now he's gonna say, "Oh, how dare you blame the rape victim?" This is what feminism has created. It's created a generation of young people who cannot take responsibility for what they've done. His date had a bunch of alcohol, and clearly she got him drunk and then raped him. Oh my gosh, what the hell? This is the same crap that is happening. Women use the same card, so it's no shock that a man would use the same card to say he was raped.
Time, so you had to be careful with not getting caught with the alcohol because in the United States under 21 it's illegal. I wanted to get a good buzz going, so I partook in the alcohol, and I partook all night. It seemed like every time I turned around she had her little baggage. She's like, "You want some more?" And I drank way too much. By the end of the night I was what you'd consider blackout drunk. I was still able to kind of move around, but I don't really remember a lot towards the end of the night. She ended up having to take care of me, and she suggested that she take me back to her dorm room and she'll take care of me, and I agreed. One part of getting into bed with her that I do remember had to do with her having a bunk bed, because we were in a dorm and she was on the top bunk, and I remember pretty much almost hurting myself trying to get up there. But the second that I got into the bed, I knocked out cold. And the next time that I woke up, she was on top of me, and we were in the middle of having sex. I thought, how is this even happening? When did I say that this was okay? I thought, I'm a man, I'm stronger than her, I should be able to push her off, but I was so dumbfounded by what was happening that I was frozen.
What the heck? He was so dumb. You see, there you go, guys. I was so dumbfounded by what was happening. I just froze. Oh my gosh. So he's not saying he couldn't have pushed her off, but he was so frozen by it that he couldn't get that. He just laid there in complete shock. Oh my gosh, what has happened to seriously, what the hell has happened to the millennials? What has happened to the millennials? Our generation is gone. We are so gone. Oh my god. He couldn't push her off? He just froze? He was just so dumbfounded? Really, bro? Really?
I thought, I'm a man. Obviously, if I have an erection, I wanted it, but my body was reacting separately from whatever conscious brain I had left. I thought, I'm a man. I should want sexual advances from a woman, but I didn't, and I didn't know what to do. And the next day, I woke up, said nothing, and walked out. I went to confide in a friend of mine, and when I used the word rape, it was met with a giggle. And men can't be raped. Just be glad you got laid. Mortifying. I then ended up talking to someone who had been through a similar situation, and he said when he reported it to the police, they didn't take him seriously, and nothing was done. Because as men, well, we're just supposed to want it. And that's...
I can kind of understand where he's coming from. On one perspective, though, he should have just pushed her off. Honestly, this is the problem with young men today. They are so wimpy that, he should have just pushed her off. He could have pushed her off. He should have pushed her off. When he woke up and it was happening, he could have stopped it. He did not stop it. And that's really something that I have to point out. I mean, this is kind of a joke. Mike Teluska G in the comments says, this guy needs to put some bass in his voice. I mean, guys, this is just a joke. This guy is a joker. He could have stopped it, and he didn't. And, it's the same thing with when a lot of women use the excuse, except they get away with it. Because, I mean, seriously, you get drunk, and then what do you expect? Bible controversy says it really well. There's a thin line between regret and rape. It's the honest to goodness truth. There's a thin line between regret and rape. And here's the funny thing. He may not even remember a lot of the things that are happening. For example, he was so drunk, his memory might have phased out. For he may not remember some of the events that transpired beforehand. In other words, he claims that he was completely out. Was he? Was he completely out? Did he consent? Again, he doesn't know what happened because he was so shit-faced. So to say that he was raped is hilarious. It's his selective memory is what's funnier, and the fact that he realizes that what's happening, but he didn't stop her at the time. I don't know, guys. It's like, I'm just thinking to myself, what the heck is wrong with this generation of men? Because this generation of men are so broken, they are so effeminate. These men are not men who are going to be the leaders of our future. They are not the leaders of tomorrow. These men are men who are, they're just questionable. They are highly questionable. You can't leave the future to these guys. I'll simply say it. I mean, if these guys are the future, then we are fucked. We are fucked, and we're fucked pretty damn hard.
Wrong. More than 5 million men in the United States have been made to penetrate someone, whether it's by coercion, intimidation, or the fact that they were incapacitated. Arousal is not consent. It's a mechanical, biological response to stimulus. Trust me that if I could have stopped, I would have. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from sexual assault on women. All I'm asking is to take all rape or sexual assault cases seriously, regardless of gender or sexuality or race or anything. It's all bad.
You know what's really funny is that guys like him are only empowering feminism more. Guys like him will only empower feminism. Feminism is dead, but it's guys like him that have empowered feminism because they basically act like they're victims, and then women basically just hijack it and say, we're even bigger victims. I don't think he understands that being a man means that you're always going to have to put up with bullshit. You're always going to have to stand up and fight for yourself because society is not going to fight for you. And saying that a woman victimized you is not going to get you anywhere. It's like guys like him that don't understand by empowering women, you can't have two sets of victims. You can't both be victims. Naturally, society is going to look at men as the aggressor and women as the victim. He's lucky that she didn't say that he raped her. She's lucky that she didn't say that he raped her, to be very, very honest. He's lucky she didn't say that he raped her. That's the honest to goodness truth. It's the honest to goodness truth. Guys like this think that equality is real. Equality between the sexes is very real, and it's like I just shake my head because it's guys like this that empowered feminism and continue to have empowered it, and they just don't get it.
No one should be afraid to speak out for fear of ridicule. This is not a joke. On average, 60% of sexual assault cases are never reported, and I feel like that number will go way down if the people who sexual assault or rape happens to knows that if they come forward, someone will listen to them, and that the people who perpetrate sexual assault will be made responsible for their actions. So if someone comes to you with a story like mine, take them seriously. It took a lot for them to speak up in the first place. I'm not even sure what to say for the comments. Just whatever. Just tell me your thoughts. Yesterday I talked about the new sexual assault law in California. If you want to see the video on that, click here and make sure to subscribe button because I post videos every single day. Thumbs up equals a kiss and a favorite equals a hug. So hugs and kisses, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Pew, 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 pew. Situation, or maybe weren't even conscious enough due to drugs or alcohol.
So this is just a freaking joke. This is a joke. So, I mean, he was referring to obviously yes means yes, and he's trying to say how awesome yes means yes is because it would have prevented the situation like his from happening. But most naturally, she would have just turned around and said that he raped her. And then when she said he raped her under yes means yes, the woman's version has to be taken more seriously than the man's version when there's not enough evidence. So he would have gotten kicked out of school under yes means yes. I mean, my gosh, what a complete joker this guy is. Guys like him that actually believe equality between the sexes can actually exist and refuses to realize that everything is always tilted in the woman's favor. Men like him will never learn, and it's guys like him who are going to end up suffering in society when shit hits the fan. I want to know if you guys agree that white men in general claiming to be sexual assault victims, it really doesn't make any difference because these guys are claiming to be something that's not going to actually get them anywhere. They're not going to get sympathy, and they're only making it worse for other men. Let me know if you agree in the comment section that it's just a big joke in this respect when a guy says that he's a sexual assault victim, because society does not care about men in that respect. Society doesn't. Whenever a woman is the aggressor, a guy is better off just keeping his mouth closed most of the time or taking matters into his own hands. Let me know if you agree. And just remember, I make 3 of these videos per day plus bonus videos. This is one of those great bonus videos. And don't forget to enable notifications. Before we discuss notifications, though, definitely consider leaving a donation via Patreon. You can find my Patreon link on my YouTube homepage, or you can find a link to my Patreon in the description of this video. So definitely visit my Patreon, leave a donation via Patreon, become a Patreon. This ensures I can continue to make quality content. Really want you guys to check out Patreon, and there's all these great rewards. Also, never miss another Angry MGTOW video by clicking on the notification button below any video next to the subscribe button. Click on the notification button. You'll see a pop that says send me all notifications for this channel. Hit the box, click save, and you will always receive a notification when I am live streaming or when I put out a new video. If you've already done it, you don't have to do it again. So let me know if you agree that the whole notion of men claiming to be sexual assault victims is counterproductive, because no one actually cares about men. Society doesn't care about men, and he's lucky that she didn't say that he raped her. Let me know if you agree in the comments section. If you like the video, definitely go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MGTOW or death. And cheers.